Are your hips and hamstrings feeling oh so tight? Do you just want to stretch and unwind? Well, today's class is just for you. Hey friends, it's Kait here. Thanks so much for joining me today. Now, I have got a lovely slow flow yoga class. It is a slower class, so as far as pace goes, it's definitely beginner, but some of the stretches are pretty darn intense. If you know you have limited range of motion when it comes to your hips or your hamstrings, it could be nice to have a block nearby just to give you more room. But this does move progressively, or this does move very slow, and we do get progressively more challenging. So as we start, it should feel pretty easy and open to everyone. And then as the class goes by, we get into some deeper stretches. This is one of my favorite sequences to really hit those lower body muscles though, and we end with a lovely shavasana. Roll out your mat. Let's get started. We'll start standing near the top of our mat, fingertips by our sides, ears lifting higher, chest opening. Take a big inhale. Drop your chin down. Take a pause. Bend your knees, fold from your chest first, and roll into a deep forward fold. This can be as deep or shallow as whatever feels good for you. Now, arriving here, imagine your head's like a little weight, just gently pulling you down. I've got my knees bent, so I can really open up through my lower back. Grab hold of your elbows, just take a small ragdoll side to side. Release the fingertips, take your hands to your shins, and slowly roll yourself all the way up to standing. Great big inhale as you arrive. Again, chin to chest, bend the knees, slowly forward fold. Allow yourself to settle. This time push the hips right and left. Arrive center. Are your shoulders sliding up to your ears? Can you soften them down the back? Again, bring your hands to your shins so you have a little support as you roll yourself all the way up. This time, both hands lift up to the ceiling. Keep your gaze forward. Stretch your fingertips as high as you possibly can without letting the shoulders rise. Engage your tummy muscles. Squeeze your thigh-butt connection point. Take a big inhale. Clasp your hands behind your head, poke the elbows wide, and lean over to your right. Come on back up. A little lean over to your left. Come on back up. One more time, over to the right. Return, over to the left. Return, and relax. Wiggle out the fingers. From here, bend your knees, step your right foot back, and we're going to find a small warrior one. So I'm going to push my heel down, that leg is lightly rotated, and lift my hands high. This does not have to be the deepest warrior one you've ever done. In fact, this is pretty narrow for me because it's more about just a gentle, nice stretch. Think about sealing the pinky toe of your left foot down to the ground as you lift higher. Let's wake up our body a little bit more. I want you to straighten your front knee, little bend, little straighten, little bend. One more little straighten, pause. Squeeze your inner thighs together, reach your fingertips further up, and then take your hands off to the side like a little T. Reach them further away, and I want you to hinge at the hips. This isn't the deepest hinge I've ever done. You can go further than me. Maybe we start to hinge a little bit more. If it's too much to have our hands by your sides, you could of course bring them down to your thigh. But I'm going to maybe hinge just a little deeper. I do bring my hands to my thighs as I gently forward fold over the front leg and roll myself up. Again, bend your front knee, lift out of the waist, squeeze your thigh butt connection point, and then step both feet back together. Bend the knees, take your right foot away, seal the pinky toe down, lift up and out of the waist, find your small warrior one. We can stay for a breath or two, and then we'll just start to wake up our front leg a little bit more, bending and straightening a couple of times. However deep or shallow feels good for you. And then it's like we're in a very narrow pyramid pose, squeezing the inner thighs together, lifting out of the waist, hands reach nice and far away. Take a small hinge. Do you just want to stay here? Do we want to hinge deeper? How far do you want to go? Where do we need our hands? Everyone's different. It's a-okay. Take a great big inhale, and then do forward fold over the front leg. Rebend the knee as you roll yourself up. Return to your warrior one. Take a big inhale. Step both feet together. Both hands lift high. Maybe your gaze goes with you this time. Flip the palms, chin to chest. Bend the knees. Roll into your forward fold. Now do bring your hands to your shins. Push your head, your chest away. Think about lifting the tummy in. It's almost like we are engaging our core muscles like we would in a tabletop. And I want us to take both hands to our right leg. They could be more on your thigh or your shin, but I want you to straighten your right leg if possible. I think about tipping my right butt cheek up to the sky. You can even kind of turn and look to the right if that feels good, or keep looking down. And then bend both knees, both hands to your opposite leg. Straighten the leg, tip the little hip up. Find that great big stretch. You might feel this more through your calf muscle or through the back of your hamstring. You might feel this in the back. It's okay, everyone's different. Bend both knees, drop into a true forward fold. And again, roll yourself up. Both hands lift. Exhale, flip the palms, bring them down. Now again, bend the knees, step your left foot behind you. We're going to stay in a parallel lunge, and I'm going to take my leg further back than it was in our first warrior two. Hands to our hips. Lift out of the waist. Make sure your shoulders are above the hips and we are not pitched forward. Stretch your fingertips high. Almost push the heel closer towards the floor. And decide, do I feel good here? Do I want to take my foot further back? There's not a right or wrong. It's about you, your body. Like we did in our lovely little warrior, I'm going to straighten my front leg, bend the knee. Straighten, bend the leg. Last one, straighten, pause. Now, I do like to keep my heel lifted if that feels unsupported for you. If your ankle's feeling a little, ooh, you can rotate and push the heel down to the ground. But like we did a moment ago, I'm going to take my hands wide, stretch my fingers away, and take a little hinge. Now, this is a big active stretch. Pull your inner thighs towards one another, tummy in, maybe hinge a little deeper. Again, if we want our hands to our thighs, that's fine. If we have the range of motion, you might drop your hands down. You might tuck the chin in. You can think about almost arching the back, almost sticking the tushy up. And I often have more range of motion here that I can gently push the heel really close to the mat. Take a big inhale. Big breath out. From here, can we simply sink into a low lunge? If you need to modify where your foot is, if you need to adjust the placement of your hands, that's totally fine. Now, I get a deeper stretch the more I push my pubic bone forward. Take a nice big inhale. Big breath out. 3 times, can you straighten your front leg, bend the knee. Straighten the front leg, bend the knee. One more time, straighten. It's like we're in that deep pyramid again. You can plant your hands firmly on the floor. You might let your head fall to your leg. You might keep the spine straight. Everyone's different. Eventually, rebend the knee. We're actually going to sink our knee down and find a child's pose. A few big breaths here. And then tuck your toes, find a downward facing dog. Walk your toes up to meet your hands. Roll yourself all the way up to standing. From here, swim the hands up overhead. Flip the palms, bring them down. Bend the knees and step your right foot back so we're in our crescent lunge on this side. At first, hands to our hips so we can make sure we've got proper alignment, shoulders over hips. Take the hands high. Are we in a good spot? Do we need to crawl the toes forward? Maybe sink a little lower? Totally your call. Navel in, chest high. Straighten your front leg. Bend the knee. Straighten. Bend the knee. One more, straighten, pause. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Grow an inch or two taller. Take the hands away from the body. They're active. Exhale, hinge. Maybe heel reaches closer. Exhale, hinge. Again, if we have the range of motion, we can plant our hands on the floor. You might let the head droop. You can always do something a little different side to side. We do not have to be perfectly even. And then drop into a nice big low lunge. You can stay here, you can sway. A sway always feels really good to me. Maybe push the hips a little further forward. And then a couple of times, we'll straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. One more. Then pause, set the knee on the ground, toe can untuck. Find your child's pose. Full big breath. Big sigh out. Find your downward facing dog. Crawl your toes up to meet your hands, forward fold, and roll yourself up to standing. Take a big deep breath, stretching the fingers high. Exhale, flip the palms, bring them down. Now again, bend the knees, step your left foot back, but we're coming into a warrior two. I'm gonna make sure my front heel and my back arch are in line with one another as I straighten my arms out and away. Now, because this for me is more about hip opening, if you want to take your warrior two wider than you normally do, just to check it out and see what that feels like for you, go for it. If you want to keep it a little bit more narrow, that's great too. Now, this is active. I am pulling my inner thighs towards one another, lifting out of the waist and extending my fingertips far away. I'm going to start by stretching past my knee as far as I can and then dropping my forearm onto my thigh as I straighten my arm up. Make sure you're stacking the shoulders. Reach the hand overhead. Find that big, lovely, extended side angle. Can you sink the hips a little bit lower? Yes, just enjoy that nice big stretch. And then reach the fingertips up to the sky, look down, and begin to straighten your front leg. Now you can hold onto your shin. You could take the hand behind your pinky toe or in front of your big toe. I personally like it behind, closer to my pinky toe, because it's easier for me to keep my head, my chest, my hips all in one line, rather than kind of letting my head dive forward. Now maybe we stay right here. I often like to look up and try to push the hand back so I get a little bit of a pec stretch there. Full big inhale, big breath out. Now circle the arm down, point all 10 toes forward, drop into a wide leg forward fold. Bend both knees deeply and lightly push your hips side to side, right and left. Come to center, lift your head up. So it's like we're in a wide leg half lift. And I want you to externally rotate just your right toe and knee from the hip. Start to bend your knee a little deeper. Notice if you're letting your knee collapse in. Think about pressing the back of the thigh to the wall behind you. Begin to curl your hands over. Now this might be enough of a side stretch for us, a Skandasana. If we want a deeper stretch, if we've got the range of motion, I'm going to externally rotate my left leg and drop my hips down into a nice big wide, nice big Skandasana, a side lunge. Now I like to tent my fingertips and really open up across my chest, just enjoying that great big hip stretch. If that's feeling too much for us today, it's okay. Take a big inhale, big breath out. Another big inhale, big breath out. Plant your hands down, return to your wide leg forward fold. We might find that we can really let the head sink even lower. If we're up a little higher, of course, my friends, that's a-okay. Now, heel toe the feet so they come underneath your hips. Bend the knees, chin to chest. Roll yourself all the way up to standing. Now, I'm going to turn to face the back side of the mat so you can see me. You don't have to go that same direction, but we'll bend our knees. And now this time, we are coming into our nice big warrior two, with our left leg, our right leg behind us. Your front heel is in line with your back arch. Our hands are nice and wide. We're on our warrior two on our second side. Press down into an imaginary table. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Start to stretch past your knee. Take the hand to the top of your thigh. Reach the opposite hand high. Stack the shoulders. Stretch. Take your hand over your head in line with your ear. Seal the pinky toe down. Imagine someone is pulling your wrist away while you're pushing your right foot into the floor. Take a big inhale. Big breath out. Maybe look to the sky. Maybe lean your arm back so we get a little bit of a pec stretch. And then as you feel ready, circle. Pointing all 10 toes forward, dropping into your wide leg forward fold. Bend the knees as we did on our first side. Sway the hips side to side. Now pause center. Straighten the arms, push the head forward. And just like we did, we're going to find our Skandasana, our side lunge, on our opposite side, beginning by externally rotating the left leg, walking the hands a little closer there, and bending that knee. Now once more, we do not want the knee to fall in. We want to push the thigh back. Do we want to stay here? This is a great variation of it. You can keep the spine long and straight and still find that lovely big stretch through your hips. But if we want a fuller variation, start to externally rotate. I usually walk my hands in, and we might notice one side it feels better to have our hands closer to us. You might want some blocks so you're propped up a little higher. Everyone's different. But for me, I'm sinking my sitting bones down to the ground. I'm trying to keep my chest open, and I'm continuously pushing the back of my left thigh towards the wall behind me. Big inhale. Big breath out. Another big inhale. Big breath out. When you're ready, return to your wide leg forward fold. If that was less than graceful, it is a-okay. You might send your arms between your legs, reaching past your feet, letting the head maybe even touch the floor. Sometimes that feels really nice, really grounding. Of course, if we are not there, it is a-okay. Eventually, though, bring both knees down to the mat, sink into a child's pose right here. Roll yourself up to a seat. We're going to come to a tabletop, and I want you to bring your right knee to touch your right wrist and point your right toe to your left knee, and then sink down into a really mild pigeon. Now, I often find it feels particularly nice in my hips to just gently sway them a little side to side as I settle into this pose. We might really like to kind of lift up, or you might let the hip kind of fall to the ground, whatever feels better for you. And then eventually we can set our forearms on the mat, maybe tuck the chin in, maybe you reach the hands out and away and really recline. Take the hands closer to the body. Push yourself up to a seat instead of coming out of it the same way we got in. Just want you to lean over to your right, and we're going to turn. Now I'm in more of a little bit of a side kind of straddle almost with one leg in, lifting up, both hands reach to the sky. Drop your right hand down, lift up and stretch over towards your left leg. Now everybody's different. For me, it feels really good to flex my foot. You might lightly turn and look up to the sky, and then go ahead, come on up, and stretch over to the opposite side. Come on up. Beautiful. We'll find our tabletop again, and I'm going to turn to face the opposite direction so you can still see me a little bit better. But this time I bring my left knee to left wrist, point my toe to my opposite knee, and sink back into my nice, lovely pigeon pose. And our hips can be incredibly different side to side. So know that if this side we maybe need some blocks to help kind of prop us up, or a blanket underneath your booty, that's okay. Eventually settle and begin to drop down. We could always stay right up here if that's feeling good, or once again, you could extend your hands away and let your forehead fall to the floor. Push yourself up when you're ready. Lean back onto your little booty and kind of rotate so you're in our little small straddle. Both hands reach up to the sky. Now drop the hand to your leg. It could be in front or behind, kind of like we did with our pyramid. You might flex the foot. You might open up your chest up to the sky. You could lightly turn. I think, especially after what we've been doing today, it feels probably better to look up to the ceiling, but your call. Rise back up. Take the opposite hand up and over. Enjoy that big stretch. Other side. You could even look up to the sky on here. Foot can be pointed, flexed, or soft. And then come on up to a nice seat. And lie on your back. Now, at first, just start with your legs and arms extended away from one another in a nice big good morning stretch. And then from here, let's hug our right knee into our chest. Give it a little squeeze, a little circle. And then carry your right knee across to the left side of your body for a twist. That can be as deep or shallow as you like. Roll to your back, extend hands and feet away. And then opposite knee in. Big hug, big squeeze. Any movement that feels good, go for it. And then carry the leg over, find your twist in the opposite direction. Let it go, straighten both arms and feet away. Walk the feet in, touch the toes together, let the knees fall away from one another. Hands could stay overhead. You could bring one to your heart, one to your stomach. You could take them out to a T. Big inhale. Big breath out. Another breath in. Let it go. Simply allow your body to relax. If you'd prefer to plant the feet on the floor, pointing the knees to the sky, that's great. If you'd rather extend the legs long, that's fine too. Or if staying with feet together, knees apart, is still feeling comfortable, just let your body relax right here. Take an easy sip of breath in and let it go. Wiggle your toes. Invite any movement into your body you so choose. And then roll to one side. Push yourself up to a seat. Eyes opened or closed, but as always, a great big pat on the back. Thank yourself for doing something so good and just for you. I certainly hope you enjoyed class. I cannot wait to see you again.